How to Become a Crowd Pleaser, Digital Diplomacy Unleashed, Navigating the New Era of International Relations. Written by Cynthia Burleson, Chairman of the International Sibling Society. For more information about the International Sibling Society, visit our website at issnow.earth. Chapter 1. Introduction to Digital Diplomacy. The Evolution of Diplomacy in the Digital Age. In this book, we will explore the profound impact of digital technologies on the field of diplomacy and how foreign service officers can effectively navigate this new era of international relations. The emergence of the digital age has revolutionized the way nations communicate, collaborate, and engage with one another. From cultural diplomacy to public diplomacy, the use of digital tools and social media platforms has become an integral part of modern diplomatic practices. The digital age has opened up unprecedented opportunities for cultural diplomacy. Foreign service officers engaged in cultural diplomacy can now leverage digital platforms to promote cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. Through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges, diplomats can bridge cultural gaps and foster mutual respect. Social media platforms enable real-time interactions, allowing diplomats to engage with citizens, artists, and cultural organizations across borders. The digital age has democratized cultural diplomacy, making it more accessible and inclusive. Digital diplomacy, also known as e-diplomacy, involves the use of digital technologies and social media platforms for diplomatic purposes. Foreign service officers must adapt to this new landscape and harness the power of technology to enhance diplomatic efforts. Digital tools enable diplomats to engage directly with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, breaking down traditional barriers and fostering dialogue. From virtual meetings to online forums, the digital age has transformed the way diplomacy is conducted. The digital age has given rise to a new era of public diplomacy. Foreign service officers focused on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of their country abroad can now utilize various communication channels and cultural engagements to achieve their goals. Social media platforms provide a direct line of communication with foreign audiences, allowing diplomats to share stories, dispel misconceptions, and build relationships. The digital age has made public diplomacy more interactive and dynamic, requiring diplomats to adapt their tactics accordingly. As the digital age continues to evolve, foreign service officers must embrace the opportunities and challenges it presents. The evolution of diplomacy in the digital age offers vast potential to strengthen international relations, promote cultural understanding, and shape public opinion. By leveraging digital technologies and social media platforms effectively, diplomats can navigate this new era of international relations and bring about positive change in the world. The importance of digital diplomacy in today's world. In the fast-paced and interconnected world of the 21st century, the role of digital diplomacy has become increasingly vital in shaping international relations. As foreign service officers, it is crucial to understand the significance of this emerging field and its impact on cultural diplomacy, public diplomacy, and digital diplomacy itself. Cultural diplomacy has long been a cornerstone of international relations, promoting understanding and collaboration between nations through various cultural exchanges. In today's digital age, digital diplomacy acts as a catalyst for cultural diplomacy, providing a powerful platform to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. By leveraging digital technologies and social media platforms, countries can transcend geographical boundaries and foster cultural understanding on a global scale. Through arts, music, literature, and other cultural expressions, digital diplomacy allows nations to showcase their unique cultural heritage and build bridges of cooperation. Furthermore, digital diplomacy plays a pivotal role in public diplomacy, which focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. With the advent of digital channels, governments now have unprecedented opportunities to communicate directly with foreign audiences, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. Through strategic use of social media, websites, blogs, and online campaigns, countries can effectively convey their narratives, values, and policies to the global public. This not only helps counter misinformation, but also enables governments to engage in meaningful dialogue with citizens of other nations, fostering mutual understanding and trust. Digital diplomacy itself is a distinct field that encompasses the use of digital technologies for diplomatic purposes. It involves leveraging social media platforms, online networks, and digital tools to engage with foreign counterparts, track global conversations, and disseminate information rapidly. Digital diplomacy provides diplomats with real-time insights, enabling them to respond swiftly to international events and crises. Moreover, it facilitates direct communication with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, enhancing diplomatic engagement and collaboration. In conclusion, the importance of digital diplomacy in today's world cannot be overstated. As Foreign Service officers, understanding and harnessing the power of digital technologies and social media platforms is crucial for effective cultural diplomacy, public diplomacy, and digital diplomacy itself. By embracing these tools, we can navigate the new era of international relations, fostering cultural understanding, shaping public opinion, and engaging in effective diplomatic discourse, ultimately contributing to a more interconnected and peaceful world. The role of Foreign Service officers in digital diplomacy. Digital diplomacy, another niche within the Foreign Service, focuses on using digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. Foreign Service officers play a vital role in this arena by utilizing various online tools to facilitate diplomatic discussions, share information, and promote their country's foreign policy objectives. Through platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Foreign Service officers can engage with foreign counterparts, disseminate official statements, and participate in virtual dialogues. Moreover, Foreign Service officers can leverage data analytics to track and analyze public sentiment, allowing them to tailor their digital diplomacy efforts for maximum impact. Public diplomacy, the third niche within the Foreign Service, centers around shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. In the digital era, Foreign Service officers have an immense opportunity to amplify their country's narrative and engage with global audiences directly. By creating compelling and authentic content, Foreign Service officers can share stories that showcase their nation's values, achievements, and contributions. Through strategic use of social media and online platforms, Foreign Service officers can engage with foreign publics, respond to inquiries, and address misconceptions, thereby shaping a positive perception of their country. As Foreign Service officers navigate the new era of international relations, they must embrace the role of digital diplomacy. By leveraging digital technologies and social media platforms, Foreign Service officers can enhance cultural diplomacy efforts, engage in meaningful diplomatic discussions, and shape public opinion. The book, Digital Diplomacy Unleashed, provides Foreign Service officers with the necessary insights and strategies to navigate this digital landscape effectively. With the right skills and mindset, Foreign service officers can harness the power of digital diplomacy to promote cultural understanding, foster diplomatic relations, and advance their country's foreign policy objectives in the increasingly interconnected world. Chapter 2: Understanding Cultural Diplomacy. The concept of cultural diplomacy. In today's interconnected world, cultural diplomacy has emerged as a vital tool in the realm of international relations. It focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. As foreign service officers, it is crucial to understand and harness the power of cultural diplomacy to foster positive bilateral relations and enhance global cooperation. Cultural diplomacy recognizes that cultural engagement and exchange can bridge gaps, break down barriers, and build trust between nations. It goes beyond traditional diplomacy by emphasizing the importance of people-to-people connections and promoting shared values and heritage. By showcasing a country's cultural treasures and facilitating cultural exchanges, cultural diplomacy can create a favorable environment for dialogue and cooperation. In the digital age, cultural diplomacy has evolved further with the advent of digital diplomacy. Digital diplomacy deals with the use of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. It has revolutionized the way nations communicate and interact on the global stage. Through digital platforms, countries can showcase their cultural richness, engage in cultural dialogues, and promote their national heritage to a wider audience. Moreover, cultural diplomacy intersects with public diplomacy, which focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad through various communication channels and cultural engagements. By leveraging cultural diplomacy, public diplomacy efforts can become more effective and impactful. Cultural events, exhibitions, and performances can captivate international audiences and create a lasting impression of a nation's values, traditions, and aspirations. Foreign service officers play a pivotal role in implementing cultural diplomacy initiatives. By organizing cultural festivals, art exhibitions, concerts, and literary exchanges, they can facilitate cultural understanding and foster dialogue between nations. They can also leverage digital platforms to engage with foreign citizens, promote cultural exchanges, and showcase their country's cultural assets. In conclusion, cultural diplomacy is a powerful tool for foreign service officers to promote cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. By embracing digital diplomacy and integrating it with public diplomacy efforts, cultural diplomacy can reach new heights of influence and impact. It is through cultural diplomacy that nations can forge lasting connections, build trust, and pave the way for a more peaceful and prosperous world. Historical examples of successful cultural diplomacy initiatives. Cultural diplomacy has played a significant role in international relations throughout history, fostering understanding and collaboration between nations. This subchapter explores some notable historical examples of successful cultural diplomacy initiatives that have had a lasting impact on diplomatic relations and public opinion. One such example is the establishment of the British Council in 1934, which aimed to promote the English language, British culture, and educational opportunities worldwide. By offering English language courses, organizing cultural events, and supporting international exchange programs, the British Council has successfully fostered cultural understanding and built lasting relationships between the UK and other nations. Another influential initiative is the Fulbright Program, created in 1946 by Senator J. William Fulbright. This program aims to increase mutual understanding between the people of the United States and other countries through educational and cultural exchanges. By providing scholarships for students, scholars, and professionals to study, teach, and conduct research abroad, the Fulbright program has fostered cultural diplomacy and built strong networks of international cooperation. During the Cold War, cultural diplomacy played a crucial role in easing tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. One notable example is the kitchen debate between Vice President Richard Nixon and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev in 1959. This impromptu exchange took place in a model American kitchen at an international trade fair in Moscow and showcased the benefits of American consumer culture. The event helped to humanize the American image and fostered a sense of common ground between the two superpowers. In recent years, digital diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool for cultural exchange. The Korea Foundation, for instance, launched the K-pop World Festival in 2011, an annual competition that invites international participants to showcase their love for Korean pop music. Through this event and other digital platforms, South Korea has effectively used its popular culture to enhance its soft power and promote a positive image worldwide. These historical examples demonstrate the power of cultural diplomacy in building bridges between nations, promoting understanding, and shaping public opinion. By engaging in cultural exchanges, nations can foster lasting relationships, enhance their soft power, and create a positive image on the global stage. In the digital era, cultural diplomacy has even greater potential to connect people from different cultures and promote collaboration on a global scale. Cultural diplomacy as a tool for international relations. Cultural diplomacy is a powerful tool in the field of international relations that focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. In an increasingly interconnected and globalized world, cultural diplomacy plays a crucial role in fostering peaceful relations and building bridges between diverse societies. Here we will now explore the significance of cultural diplomacy as an essential component of Foreign Service Officers' Toolkit. We will delve into the intersections between cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, highlighting the ways in which these niches can be leveraged to enhance diplomatic efforts. Foreign service officers are at the forefront of representing their countries abroad and engaging in diplomatic endeavors. They play a pivotal role in shaping public opinion, promoting bilateral relations, and projecting a positive image of their nations. By understanding and harnessing the potential of cultural diplomacy, foreign service officers can effectively navigate the complexities of international relations. Cultural diplomacy enables foreign service officers to promote cultural understanding, facilitate people-to-people exchanges, and create lasting connections between nations. It recognizes that culture is an integral part of a nation's identity and can serve as a common ground for dialogue and cooperation. Through cultural diplomacy initiatives, foreign service officers can showcase their country's rich heritage, traditions, and values, thus fostering mutual respect and appreciation. Digital technologies and social media platforms have revolutionized the practice of diplomacy, giving rise to the field of digital diplomacy. By embracing digital diplomacy, foreign service officers can leverage the power of social media and online platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. This enables them to reach a wider audience, disseminate information effectively, and build networks of influence. Furthermore, cultural diplomacy and digital diplomacy are closely intertwined. The use of digital technologies can amplify cultural diplomacy efforts, enabling foreign service officers to showcase cultural events, exhibitions, and performances to a global audience. Through social media campaigns, virtual cultural exchanges, and online collaborations, cultural diplomacy can transcend geographic boundaries and foster cross-cultural dialogue. Public diplomacy, another niche within the field of international relations, focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. Cultural engagements are an integral part of public diplomacy, as they provide a platform for showcasing a nation's cultural diversity, creativity, and innovation. Public diplomacy, another niche within the field of international relations, focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. Cultural engagements are an integral part of public diplomacy, as they provide a platform for showcasing a nation's cultural diversity, creativity, and innovation. Chapter 3: The Power of Arts and Literature in Cultural Diplomacy. Promoting cultural understanding through visual arts. In the modern era of international relations, cultural diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool for promoting understanding and collaboration between nations. One of the most effective ways to achieve this is through the medium of visual arts. This subchapter explores the potential of visual arts in fostering cultural understanding and highlights the role of digital diplomacy in amplifying its impact. Visual arts have the unique ability to transcend language barriers and communicate universal emotions and experiences. Through paintings, sculptures, and installations, artists can express their cultural heritage, beliefs, and values, providing foreign audiences with a glimpse into their world. By showcasing the rich diversity of cultures, visual arts create a platform for dialogue and mutual appreciation. Digital diplomacy has revolutionized the way cultural diplomacy is conducted. With the advent of social media platforms and digital technologies, Foreign Service officers now have the means to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations on a massive scale. By leveraging these tools, they can promote cultural understanding through visual arts like never before. Through digital platforms, Foreign Service officers can curate virtual exhibitions, allowing international audiences to experience art from different cultures and traditions. They can organize online workshops and seminars, bringing together artists and enthusiasts from around the world to discuss and learn from each other. By harnessing the power of virtual reality and augmented reality, they can create immersive experiences, enabling individuals to explore art exhibitions from the comfort of their homes. Public diplomacy plays a crucial role in amplifying the impact of visual arts in cultural diplomacy. By shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad, Foreign Service officers can create an environment conducive to cultural exchange. They can collaborate with local artists and cultural institutions, facilitating art exchange programs and residencies. Through cultural engagements such as music festivals, literature festivals, and film screenings, they can showcase the diversity and richness of their country's artistic heritage. Promoting cultural understanding through visual arts is not only a means to strengthen diplomatic ties, but also a way to foster empathy and appreciation for different cultures. By harnessing the potential of digital diplomacy and public diplomacy, Foreign Service officers can create a global network of cultural ambassadors, united by their shared passion for art and their commitment to promoting understanding and collaboration between nations. The role of literature in cultural diplomacy. In the realm of cultural diplomacy, literature plays a significant role in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. As Foreign Service officers engaged in the niches of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, it is crucial to recognize the power of literature in shaping perceptions, fostering dialogue, and building bridges between different societies. Literature serves as a mirror that reflects the essence of a nation's culture, history, and values. Through the pages of a book, readers can immerse themselves in the diverse perspectives and experiences of people from different parts of the world. By delving into the works of foreign authors, Foreign Service officers can gain valuable insights into the customs, traditions, and beliefs of other cultures, enabling them to better understand and appreciate the nuances that shape a nation's identity. Moreover, literature acts as a catalyst for intercultural dialogue. It provides a platform for authors to express their unique voices, enabling readers to engage with narratives that transcend geographical boundaries. Through literary exchanges and translation initiatives, countries can showcase their literary heritage, fostering cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. By facilitating the translation and dissemination of literature, Foreign Service officers can actively promote cultural diplomacy, encouraging dialogue and collaboration between nations. Digital technologies and social media platforms have revolutionized the way literature is disseminated and consumed. Through digital diplomacy, Foreign Service officers can leverage these platforms to promote literary exchanges, connect authors and readers from different countries, and facilitate cultural collaborations. Online book clubs, virtual author talks, and ebook translations are just a few examples of how digital diplomacy can amplify the impact of literature in cultural diplomacy efforts. Furthermore, literature serves as a powerful tool for public diplomacy. By showcasing a country's literary achievements, foreign service officers can shape public opinion and promote a positive image of their nation abroad. Literature enables individuals to empathize with the experiences of others, fostering a sense of connection and shared humanity. By highlighting the literary talents of a nation, foreign service officers can create cultural engagements that resonate with international audiences, fostering goodwill and enhancing the country's reputation on the global stage. In conclusion, literature plays a vital role in cultural diplomacy efforts. As foreign service officers engaged in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, recognizing the power of literature to build bridges, foster dialogue, and shape perceptions is essential. By leveraging digital technologies, engaging in literary exchanges, and promoting the cultural achievements of their nation, foreign service officers can harness the transformative power of literature to foster understanding, collaboration, and goodwill between nations. Music as a language of cultural diplomacy. In the realm of cultural diplomacy, music has emerged as a powerful language that transcends borders, connects people, and fosters understanding between nations. As foreign service officers engaged in the niches of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, it is crucial to recognize the profound impact that music can have in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration. Music serves as a universal language that speaks to the core of human emotions and experiences. It possesses the unique ability to convey messages, evoke emotions, and bridge cultural gaps. Through music, artists can express their heritage, traditions, and values, creating a powerful medium for cross-cultural communication. By engaging in musical collaborations, nations can build bridges, celebrate diversity, and foster mutual appreciation. In the age of digital diplomacy, music has found a new platform for cultural exchange. With the advent of digital technologies and social media platforms, artists can now reach global audiences instantly, breaking down geographical barriers and facilitating cross-cultural dialogue. Through digital platforms, foreign service officers can leverage music to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, promoting cultural understanding and collaboration. Public diplomacy, with its focus on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad, can greatly benefit from the use of music as a tool. By showcasing the rich musical heritage of a nation, foreign service officers can enhance the country's cultural diplomacy efforts, creating a favorable image and fostering positive perceptions among foreign audiences. Music festivals, concerts, and cultural exchanges can serve as platforms for showcasing a country's artistic talent, fostering people-to-people connections, and promoting a deeper understanding of its culture. Furthermore, music can play a vital role in addressing sensitive diplomatic issues and fostering peace. Through musical collaborations, countries can find common ground, build trust, and overcome political differences. By engaging in joint musical projects, nations can promote dialogue, reconciliation, and mutual respect, ultimately contributing to the resolution of conflicts and the promotion of peace. In conclusion, music serves as a powerful language of cultural diplomacy, capable of fostering understanding, promoting positive perceptions, and transcending political boundaries. As foreign service officers, it is essential to recognize the potential of music as a tool for promoting cultural understanding and collaboration. By leveraging digital technologies, social media platforms, and cultural engagements, we can harness the power of music to navigate the new era of international relations and foster a more peaceful and interconnected world. Chapter 4: Music Diplomacy. A global language exploring the impact of music in international relations. In today's interconnected world, the power of music to transcend borders and foster cultural understanding has become increasingly recognized. This subchapter delves into the impact of music in international relations, highlighting its significant role in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. By understanding the potential of music as a diplomatic tool, foreign service officers can effectively leverage its influence to strengthen diplomatic ties and promote cross-cultural collaboration. Cultural diplomacy is a vital aspect of international relations, aiming to foster mutual understanding and collaboration through cultural exchanges. Music, with its universal language, has the ability to bridge cultural gaps and facilitate dialogue between nations. Whether through traditional folk music, classical compositions, or contemporary genres, music serves as a powerful tool to showcase a country's cultural heritage, values, and aspirations. By organizing music festivals, concerts, and exchange programs, foreign service officers can facilitate cultural understanding, build connections, and strengthen diplomatic ties. In the digital age, digital diplomacy has emerged as a crucial avenue for engaging with foreign governments and citizens. Music, with its widespread accessibility through digital platforms and social media, plays a significant role in digital diplomacy. Foreign service officers can harness the power of music by curating playlists that represent their country's diverse musical landscape and sharing them on various platforms. This not only promotes cultural exchange, but also creates a positive image of a country's vibrant art scene. Additionally, using music as a diplomatic tool in online campaigns and collaborations can enhance cross-cultural dialogue and foster connections in the digital space. Public diplomacy focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. Music, as a powerful medium of communication, has the ability to evoke emotions, transcend language barriers, and create a sense of unity among diverse audiences. By supporting international music collaborations, organizing concerts and cultural events, and showcasing talented musicians from their country, foreign service officers can effectively promote their nation's artistic expression and cultural diversity. This, in turn, can positively influence public perception, build goodwill, and enhance a country's soft power. Music holds immense potential in international relations, serving as an effective tool in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Foreign service officers can harness the power of music to foster cultural understanding, strengthen diplomatic ties, and promote a positive image of their country abroad. By recognizing and exploring the impact of music in international relations, diplomats can navigate the new era of digital diplomacy, utilizing its influence to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, ultimately fostering collaboration and peace. 4 case studies of successful music diplomacy initiatives. In today's interconnected world, music has emerged as a powerful tool for diplomacy, fostering cultural understanding, and promoting positive international relations. This subchapter explores various case studies of successful music diplomacy initiatives that have effectively utilized digital diplomacy and public diplomacy strategies. These initiatives have not only strengthened cultural ties, but also enhanced the image and influence of countries on the global stage. Case study number 1, Fête de la Musique France. Fête de la Musique, an annual music festival celebrated in France since 1982, has become a hallmark of the country's cultural diplomacy efforts. Through this initiative, France showcases its rich musical heritage to the world, inviting both renowned artists and emerging talents to perform in various cities. Leveraging digital diplomacy, the festival live streams performances and engages with audiences worldwide, promoting French music and culture. Case study number 2, Playing for Change United States. Playing for Change is a global music project that brings together musicians from different countries to create collaborative performances. Through their digital diplomacy efforts, this initiative has successfully used social media platforms to connect musicians and audiences worldwide. By promoting unity, peace, and cultural exchange, Playing for Change has become a powerful public diplomacy tool for the United States, showcasing its commitment to fostering global harmony. Case study number 3, Afrochella Ghana. Afrochella is an annual music festival held in Ghana that celebrates African music, art, and culture. This event serves as a platform for emerging African artists to showcase their talent to a global audience. By promoting African music and culture through social media platforms, Afrochella has effectively enhanced Ghana's image as a vibrant cultural hub, attracting tourists and promoting economic growth through its public diplomacy efforts. Case study number 4: K-pop South Korea. The rise of K-pop has been a remarkable example of music diplomacy. South Korea's music industry strategically leveraged digital diplomacy, utilizing social media platforms to promote K-pop globally. This initiative not only strengthened South Korea's soft power, but also fostered cultural exchanges and increased tourism. K-pop's popularity has played a significant role in enhancing South Korea's image and influence on the global stage. These case studies highlight the effectiveness of music diplomacy initiatives in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. By leveraging digital diplomacy and public diplomacy strategies, countries have successfully utilized music as a powerful tool for shaping public opinion, fostering positive international relations, and enhancing their soft power. As foreign service officers, understanding the potential of music diplomacy can allow us to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations in a more meaningful and impactful way, ultimately advancing our diplomatic objectives in the new era of international relations. The role of social media in music diplomacy. In recent years, the emergence of social media platforms has transformed the way we communicate and engage with others. This digital revolution has had a profound impact on various aspects of our lives, including international relations and diplomacy. One area where social media has played a significant role is in the field of music diplomacy, which focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through the power of music. Music has always been a universal language that transcends borders and connects people from different cultures and backgrounds. It has the ability to evoke emotions, convey messages, and foster a sense of unity and harmony. With the advent of social media, music diplomacy has found a new and powerful platform to reach a global audience and promote cross-cultural dialogue and understanding. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube have become instrumental in bridging the gap between artists, music enthusiasts, and foreign governments. These platforms provide a unique opportunity for foreign service officers to engage with artists and cultural influencers from around the world, promoting their country's music and cultural heritage. By leveraging the power of social media, diplomats can effectively communicate their nation's values, traditions, and aspirations to a global audience. Moreover, social media platforms have also empowered artists to directly connect with their international fan base, bypassing traditional barriers and intermediaries. This direct engagement allows artists to showcase their talent, share their stories, and build a loyal following across borders. Foreign service officers can seize this opportunity to collaborate with musicians and facilitate cultural exchanges, fostering people-to-people connections that go beyond political and diplomatic boundaries. Additionally, social media platforms enable real-time interactions, breaking down the barriers of time and space. Live streaming concerts, virtual music festivals, and online jam sessions have become popular ways to engage with audiences worldwide. These digital initiatives not only promote cultural diplomacy, but also provide an economic boost to the music industry, creating opportunities for artists to reach new markets and generate revenue. In conclusion, social media has revolutionized the field of music diplomacy, offering new avenues for foreign service officers to promote cultural understanding and collaboration. By effectively utilizing social media platforms, diplomats can connect with artists, engage with international audiences, and foster people-to-people connections that transcend political boundaries. Embracing the power of social media in music diplomacy opens up a world of opportunities for promoting a positive image of a country abroad and shaping public opinion through cultural engagements. Chapter 5: Digital Diplomacy, A New Frontier. Understanding the Basics of Digital Diplomacy. In the modern era of international relations, traditional modes of diplomacy have undergone a significant transformation with the advent of digital technologies and social media platforms. This subchapter aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of the basics of digital diplomacy, its significance, and its potential implications for foreign service officers. Digital diplomacy, also known as e-diplomacy or cyber diplomacy, refers to the use of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. It encompasses a wide range of activities, including online public diplomacy, virtual dialogues, e-participation, and data-driven decision-making. For foreign service officers, understanding the fundamentals of digital diplomacy is crucial for effectively engaging with foreign counterparts and shaping public opinion in the digital age. This subchapter explores the key elements of digital diplomacy, such as social media diplomacy, virtual exchanges, and online cultural collaborations. One of the niches of digital diplomacy is cultural diplomacy, which focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. Digital platforms have revolutionized cultural diplomacy by enabling real-time communication, virtual exhibitions, and online performances that transcend geographical boundaries. This subchapter delves into the potential of digital platforms in expanding cultural diplomacy efforts and fostering mutual understanding between nations. Another niche of digital diplomacy is public diplomacy, which aims to shape public opinion and promote a positive image of a country abroad through various communication channels and cultural engagements. Digital technologies have given foreign service officers unprecedented opportunities to engage with global audiences, disseminate information, and counter misinformation. This subchapter explores the role of social media platforms, digital storytelling, and online campaigns in enhancing public diplomacy efforts. In conclusion, digital diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool for foreign service officers to navigate the new era of international relations. By understanding the basics of digital diplomacy, foreign service officers can effectively harness the potential of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, promote cultural understanding, and shape public opinion. This subchapter aims to equip foreign service officers with the knowledge and skills necessary to leverage digital diplomacy for effective and impactful diplomatic engagements. The use of social media in diplomatic engagement. In today's interconnected world, the use of social media has revolutionized the way diplomacy is conducted. With the advent of digital technologies, foreign service officers now have a powerful tool at their disposal to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. This subchapter explores the significant role that social media plays in diplomatic engagement and its impact on cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy, one of the niches within the realm of diplomacy, focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. Social media platforms have become invaluable in this regard, as they allow foreign service officers to showcase their country's cultural heritage and engage with audiences worldwide. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube provide a global stage for cultural events, performances, and exhibitions, promoting cross-cultural dialogue and fostering mutual understanding. Digital diplomacy, another niche in the field, deals with the use of digital technologies and social media platforms for diplomatic purposes. Social media platforms have become essential tools for foreign service officers to communicate with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations in real time. Twitter, for example, has emerged as a popular platform for diplomats to engage in public diplomacy, allowing them to disseminate information, share policy positions, and respond to queries from the public. The use of social media allows for direct and immediate communication, breaking down traditional barriers and enabling a more transparent and inclusive diplomatic process. Public diplomacy, the third niche, focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad through various communication channels and cultural engagements. Social media has emerged as a game changer in public diplomacy, providing Foreign Service officers with the ability to engage directly with the public, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat allow diplomats to humanize their work, share personal stories, and provide behind-the-scenes glimpses into their diplomatic efforts. This human touch helps to build trust and credibility, fostering positive perceptions of a country and its diplomatic efforts. In conclusion, the use of social media in diplomatic engagement has transformed the way Foreign Service officers conduct their work. It has opened up new avenues for cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, allowing for greater transparency, inclusivity, and effectiveness in diplomatic efforts. However, it is essential for diplomats to navigate this new era of digital diplomacy carefully, considering the potential challenges and risks that come with it. Nonetheless, when used effectively, social media can be a powerful tool for building bridges, fostering understanding, and promoting positive international relations. Harnessing the power of digital technologies for diplomatic purposes. In today's rapidly evolving global landscape, Foreign Service officers are faced with the challenge of navigating the digital era to effectively engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. This subchapter aims to explore the various ways in which digital technologies can be harnessed for diplomatic purposes, with a particular focus on cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy, as a subset of diplomatic activities, plays a crucial role in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. In the digital age, the potential for cultural exchange and collaboration has expanded exponentially. Digital technologies offer an array of tools and platforms that enable Foreign Service officers to showcase their country's arts, music, literature, and other cultural treasures to a global audience. Through social media platforms, cultural events can be live-streamed, virtual exhibitions can be curated, and artists can connect with international audiences in real time. These digital initiatives not only foster cultural understanding, but also create opportunities for collaboration and dialogue between nations. Digital diplomacy, on the other hand, focuses on using digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. Through the strategic use of social media, Foreign Service officers can disseminate information, shape public opinion, and build relationships with key stakeholders. Platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn provide a direct line of communication, allowing diplomats to engage in real-time conversations and address concerns. Furthermore, digital technologies enable diplomats to track public sentiment, gather data, and analyze trends, thereby enhancing their ability to make informed decisions. Public diplomacy, as an integral component of diplomatic efforts, aims to shape public opinion and promote a positive image of a country abroad. In the digital age, public diplomacy has become even more crucial as information travels faster and wider than ever before. Leveraging digital technologies, Foreign Service officers can engage with international audiences through compelling storytelling, multimedia content, and interactive campaigns. By harnessing the power of social media influencers, viral videos, and online platforms, diplomats can amplify their message and reach a broader audience, thereby influencing public opinion and promoting a positive image of their country. In conclusion, the digital era has transformed the practice of diplomacy, offering new opportunities and challenges for Foreign Service officers. By harnessing the power of digital technologies, diplomats can engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations in a more efficient and effective manner. Whether through cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, or public diplomacy, the strategic use of digital technologies can enhance diplomatic efforts and shape the future of international relations. Chapter 6. Leveraging social media platforms in digital diplomacy. The role of Twitter in diplomatic outreach. In the fast-paced digital era of international relations, social media platforms have emerged as powerful tools for diplomats to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. Among these platforms, Twitter has proven to be particularly effective in facilitating diplomatic outreach. This subchapter explores the role of Twitter in digital diplomacy and its impact on cultural and public diplomacy. Digital diplomacy as a field leverages digital technologies and social media platforms to foster diplomatic relations. Twitter, with its ability to instantly reach millions of users worldwide, has become a key channel for diplomats to convey messages, share information, and engage in public discourse. Through concise and impactful tweets, Foreign Service officers can shape public opinion, promote their country's culture, and establish connections with individuals and organizations across borders. For cultural diplomacy, Twitter offers a unique opportunity to showcase a nation's artistic heritage, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. By sharing captivating visuals, videos, and links to cultural events, Foreign Service officers can pique the interest of Twitter users, encouraging them to explore and appreciate the richness of a country's culture. Moreover, Twitter enables diplomats to connect with artists, writers, musicians, and cultural influencers, fostering collaborations and cross-cultural exchanges. In the realm of public diplomacy, Twitter's real-time nature allows Foreign Service officers to respond swiftly to global events, debunk misinformation, and project a positive image of their country. By engaging with users, addressing concerns, and providing accurate information, diplomats can build trust and credibility. Additionally, Twitter enables public diplomacy practitioners to reach audiences directly, bypassing traditional media channels and ensuring their message is not lost in translation. However, utilizing Twitter for diplomatic outreach comes with challenges. The brevity of tweets demands concise and carefully crafted messages, making it crucial for Foreign Service officers to effectively communicate their country's stance while maintaining cultural sensitivity. Furthermore, the speed and accessibility of Twitter can lead to the spread of misinformation and misunderstandings, requiring diplomats to be vigilant in monitoring and countering false narratives. In conclusion, Twitter has emerged as a vital tool for Foreign Service officers engaging in cultural and public diplomacy. Its ability to reach a global audience, facilitate connections, and shape public opinion makes it an indispensable platform in the digital era of international relations. By harnessing the power of Twitter, diplomats can foster cultural understanding, promote their country's image, and navigate the complexities of modern diplomacy. Facebook's impact on digital diplomacy. Facebook, the world's largest social media platform, has emerged as a powerful tool in the realm of digital diplomacy. With its wide user base and influential reach, Facebook has transformed the way governments, citizens, and organizations engage with each other on a global scale. This subchapter explores the impact of Facebook on digital diplomacy and its implications for Foreign Service officers, particularly in the realms of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. In the field of cultural diplomacy, Facebook has revolutionized the promotion of cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. Through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges, Facebook allows Foreign Service officers to connect with a diverse global audience, transcending geographical boundaries. The platform enables the sharing of cultural experiences, fostering mutual respect and appreciation. By leveraging Facebook's features such as live streaming and event creation, Foreign Service officers can organize virtual cultural exchanges, amplifying the impact of cultural diplomacy initiatives. In terms of digital diplomacy, Facebook provides a unique opportunity for Foreign Service officers to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. Through official government pages and verified accounts, diplomats can share vital information, establish direct communication channels, and build relationships with their counterparts abroad. Facebook's algorithms also enable targeted messaging, allowing diplomats to reach specific audiences and tailor their content accordingly. Additionally, Facebook's data analytics offer valuable insights into public sentiment, enabling Foreign Service officers to gauge the effectiveness of their digital diplomacy efforts. Facebook's impact on public diplomacy is equally significant. The platform allows Foreign Service officers to shape public opinion and promote a positive image of their country abroad. By sharing authentic stories, showcasing national achievements, and highlighting cultural engagements, diplomats can effectively communicate a country's values and ideals. Facebook's interactive features, such as comments and shares, facilitate dialogue and foster connections between citizens of different nations, promoting a sense of global community. However, the rise of Facebook and digital diplomacy also presents challenges. The spread of misinformation, fake news, and online manipulation poses a threat to the credibility and effectiveness of diplomatic efforts. Foreign Service officers must navigate this landscape by developing strategies to counter disinformation and promote digital literacy among their target audiences. Additionally, privacy concerns and data security issues require careful consideration when utilizing Facebook for diplomatic purposes. In conclusion, Facebook has had a profound impact on digital diplomacy, offering new avenues for Foreign Service officers to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. By harnessing the power of this platform, diplomats can enhance cultural understanding, facilitate direct communication, and shape public opinion. However, it is crucial for Foreign Service officers to navigate the challenges associated with the use of Facebook in digital diplomacy to ensure its positive impact on international relations. Instagram and visual diplomacy. In the age of social media dominance, traditional diplomacy is undergoing a significant transformation. As Foreign Service officers engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, the use of digital technologies and social media platforms has become an essential tool in their diplomatic arsenal. One platform that has emerged as a powerful tool for public diplomacy and cultural exchange is Instagram. Instagram, with its visually appealing content and vast user base, has the potential to engage and influence audiences in ways that were previously unimaginable. This subchapter explores the concept of visual diplomacy and the role Instagram plays in promoting cultural understanding, shaping public opinion, and enhancing digital diplomacy efforts. Cultural diplomacy, which focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges, has found a new home on Instagram. Through carefully curated visual content, Foreign Service officers can showcase their country's rich heritage, traditions, and artistic achievements. By sharing captivating images of cultural events, exhibitions, and performances, diplomats can pique the interest of international audiences and foster a sense of curiosity and appreciation for their country's cultural offerings. Digital diplomacy, on the other hand, leverages the power of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. Instagram provides a unique platform for diplomats to engage directly with their target audience, fostering dialogue and building relationships. By sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses of diplomatic missions, showcasing collaborative projects, and highlighting the achievements of their country, diplomats can create a positive image and enhance their nation's digital diplomacy efforts. Public diplomacy, which focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad, can also benefit from Instagram's visual appeal. Through carefully crafted visual narratives, diplomats can tell compelling stories that resonate with international audiences. By showcasing the diversity, inclusivity, and progress of their nation, diplomats can counter negative stereotypes and foster a more accurate understanding of their country's values and aspirations. In conclusion, Instagram has emerged as a powerful tool for Foreign Service officers engaged in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. By harnessing the platform's visual appeal and engaging storytelling capabilities, Diplomats can promote cultural understanding, shape public opinion, and enhance their nation's diplomatic efforts in the digital era. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, it is essential for diplomats to embrace the potential of Instagram and other social media platforms to navigate the new era of international relations successfully. Chapter 7: Public Diplomacy: Shaping Public Opinion. The concept of public diplomacy. In today's interconnected world, the concept of public diplomacy has become increasingly important. Foreign service officers are tasked with representing their country's interests abroad, and public diplomacy plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of their country to the international community. Public diplomacy focuses on utilizing various communication channels and cultural engagements to engage with foreign citizens, governments, and organizations. It seeks to foster understanding, collaboration, and goodwill between nations, ultimately contributing to the overall success of a country's foreign policy objectives. One significant aspect of public diplomacy is cultural diplomacy, which aims to promote cultural understanding and collaboration through arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. Cultural diplomacy recognizes that cultural interactions can transcend political and economic differences, fostering a deeper sense of connection and empathy between nations. By showcasing a country's cultural heritage and contemporary achievements, foreign service officers can effectively enhance their country's soft power and influence. Another crucial element of public diplomacy in the digital age is digital diplomacy. With the widespread use of digital technologies and social media platforms, foreign service officers have a unique opportunity to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations on a global scale. Digital diplomacy allows for real-time communication, information sharing, and the dissemination of a country's message to a wide audience. By leveraging digital tools effectively, foreign service officers can engage in meaningful conversations, debunk misinformation, and create positive narratives about their country. In the era of digital diplomacy, the lines between traditional public diplomacy and digital diplomacy have blurred. Public diplomacy now encompasses a combination of cultural diplomacy and digital diplomacy, where cultural exchanges are increasingly facilitated through digital platforms. Foreign service officers must adapt to these new realities and understand how to utilize digital technologies to amplify their public diplomacy efforts. Ultimately, the concept of public diplomacy is about using communication and cultural engagements to build bridges, promote understanding, and shape positive perceptions of a country abroad. By understanding the significance of public diplomacy and its various dimensions, foreign service officers can effectively represent their country's interests and contribute to a more interconnected and cooperative international community. Strategies for promoting a positive image abroad. In today's interconnected world, promoting a positive image abroad is crucial for foreign service officers. With the rise of digital diplomacy and the increasing importance of public diplomacy, it is essential to adopt effective strategies that leverage cultural diplomacy, digital technologies, and communication channels to shape public opinion and foster positive international relations. This subchapter will explore key strategies for promoting a positive image abroad, specifically tailored to the niches of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy plays a vital role in fostering understanding and collaboration between nations. To promote a positive image abroad through cultural diplomacy, foreign service officers should prioritize the organization of cultural exchanges, such as art exhibitions, music festivals, and literary events. These initiatives provide a platform for showcasing a country's rich cultural heritage and strengthening people-to-people connections. Engaging with local artists, musicians, and writers can further enhance cultural understanding and generate positive perceptions of the country. Digital diplomacy offers unrivaled opportunities for engagement with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. To leverage this tool effectively, foreign service officers should establish a strong presence on social media platforms and engage in meaningful online conversations. Regularly sharing engaging and informative content related to a country's culture, achievements, and policies can help shape public opinion positively. Collaborating with influential social media influencers and bloggers can also amplify the reach and impact of digital diplomacy efforts. Public diplomacy focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. To excel in public diplomacy, Foreign Service officers should actively engage with local media outlets, both traditional and digital, to ensure accurate and favorable coverage of their country. Building relationships with journalists and organizing press conferences or media briefings can help disseminate key messages effectively. Additionally, establishing cultural centers or exchange programs in foreign countries can create opportunities for dialogue and foster mutual understanding. In conclusion, promoting a positive image abroad requires a comprehensive approach that integrates cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. By leveraging cultural exchanges, digital technologies, and communication channels, Foreign Service officers can effectively shape public opinion and foster positive international relations. Embracing these strategies will help navigate the new era of international relations and unleash the full potential of digital diplomacy. Engaging with foreign audiences through public diplomacy. Public diplomacy plays a critical role in shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. In today's interconnected world, the use of digital technologies and social media platforms has revolutionized the way nations engage with foreign audiences. This subchapter explores the strategies and tools that Foreign Service officers can employ to effectively engage with foreign audiences through public diplomacy. One of the key areas of public diplomacy is cultural diplomacy, which focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. By leveraging arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges, Foreign Service officers can foster stronger relationships and build bridges between cultures. Digital platforms offer a unique opportunity to showcase a country's cultural heritage to a global audience. From virtual exhibitions to online performances, these platforms enable Foreign Service officers to engage with foreign audiences and promote cultural exchanges like never before. Digital diplomacy, another key aspect of public diplomacy, involves the use of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. With the rise of social media, Foreign Service officers can now directly communicate and engage with foreign audiences. By strategically utilizing social media platforms, they can disseminate information, share stories, and counter misinformation, thereby shaping public opinion in a positive manner. To effectively engage with foreign audiences through public diplomacy, Foreign Service officers should adopt a multi-channel approach. This involves utilizing a variety of communication channels, both traditional and digital, to reach diverse audiences. While social media platforms provide an efficient means of communication, it is essential to recognize that not all foreign audiences have equal access to these platforms. Therefore, a combination of radio, television, print media, and digital channels should be employed to ensure maximum outreach. Furthermore, it is crucial for Foreign Service officers to listen to the concerns and perspectives of foreign audiences. Engaging in dialogue and actively seeking feedback can help build trust and credibility. By understanding the needs and aspirations of foreign audiences, Foreign Service officers can tailor their public diplomacy efforts to effectively address the interests of the target audience. In conclusion, engaging with foreign audiences through public diplomacy is a vital aspect of international relations. By leveraging cultural diplomacy and digital diplomacy, Foreign Service officers can foster cultural understanding, shape public opinion, and promote a positive image of their country abroad. Utilizing a multi-channel approach and actively listening to foreign audiences will ensure the success of these efforts in the new era of digital diplomacy. Chapter 8: Cultural Engagements in Public Diplomacy. Cultural Exchanges as a Tool for Public Diplomacy. In today's interconnected world, cultural exchanges have emerged as a powerful tool for public diplomacy. The ability to promote cultural understanding and collaboration between nations through arts, music, literature, and other exchanges has become an integral part of modern diplomacy. This subchapter explores the significance of cultural exchanges in the realm of public diplomacy, highlighting their potential impact on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. Cultural diplomacy, a subset of public diplomacy, seeks to foster mutual understanding and appreciation by showcasing a nation's cultural heritage and contemporary achievements. By engaging in cultural exchanges, foreign service officers can create meaningful connections with their counterparts in other countries, breaking down barriers and building bridges that transcend language and borders. Digital diplomacy has revolutionized the way cultural exchanges are conducted. The use of digital technologies and social media platforms has exponentially increased the reach and impact of these exchanges. Foreign service officers can now leverage these tools to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, amplifying the impact of cultural diplomacy on a global scale. Through live streaming performances, virtual art exhibitions, and interactive online forums, cultural exchanges have become more accessible and inclusive than ever before. The benefits of cultural exchanges as a tool for public diplomacy are manifold. Firstly, they facilitate dialogue and promote mutual understanding, fostering an environment of trust and cooperation between nations. By showcasing a country's cultural achievements, foreign audiences gain a deeper insight into its values, traditions, and aspirations. This, in turn, helps counter stereotypes and misconceptions, fostering more positive perceptions of a nation. Furthermore, cultural exchanges can also boost tourism, trade, and investment opportunities. When foreign audiences are exposed to a country's vibrant culture and artistic expressions, their interest in visiting, investing, or doing business with that country increases. This can lead to economic benefits and enhance bilateral relations between nations. In conclusion, cultural exchanges have become an essential component of public diplomacy in the digital age. Foreign service officers play a critical role in leveraging the power of cultural diplomacy to promote mutual understanding, shape public opinion, and foster positive relations between nations. By embracing digital technologies, they can amplify the impact of cultural exchanges, reaching diverse audiences and creating lasting connections that transcend borders. Organizing international festivals and exhibitions. In today's interconnected world, international festivals and exhibitions have emerged as powerful tools for promoting cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. These events provide a unique platform for countries to showcase their cultural heritage, foster cross-cultural understanding, and engage with foreign governments and citizens. This subchapter explores the strategies, challenges, and best practices involved in organizing successful international festivals and exhibitions. Cultural diplomacy plays a crucial role in fostering mutual understanding and collaboration between nations. International festivals and exhibitions provide an excellent opportunity to showcase a country's artistic, musical, literary, and cultural achievements. By organizing exhibitions that highlight a nation's rich heritage, foreign service officers can effectively promote cross-cultural dialogue and build strong diplomatic ties. Knowing how to leverage digital diplomacy is important. Digital diplomacy has revolutionized the way nations communicate and engage with one another. When organizing international festivals and exhibitions, foreign service officers must harness the power of digital technologies and social media platforms. Utilizing these tools can help reach a wider audience, facilitate online cultural exchanges, and promote real-time interactions between artists, performers, and visitors across borders. Public diplomacy is essential in shaping public opinion and projecting a positive image of a country abroad. International festivals and exhibitions provide a unique opportunity to engage with foreign citizens and communicate a nation's values, traditions, and aspirations. By creating interactive exhibits, organizing cultural performances, and facilitating dialogues, foreign service officers can effectively promote their country's culture and enhance its reputation on the global stage. Organizing international festivals and exhibitions comes with its fair share of challenges. These include logistical complexities, budget constraints, and the need to navigate cultural sensitivities. However, by following some best practices such as establishing strong partnerships with local stakeholders, leveraging digital platforms for promotion and ticketing, and ensuring diversity and inclusivity in programming, foreign service officers can overcome these challenges and create memorable, impactful events. In conclusion, organizing international festivals and exhibitions is a powerful tool for foreign service officers engaged in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. By strategically leveraging these events, diplomats can foster cross-cultural understanding, engage with foreign governments and citizens, and shape public opinion positively. However, it is essential to navigate the challenges and adopt best practices to ensure the successful organization of these events and maximize their diplomatic impact. Collaborative projects for cultural diplomacy. In today's rapidly evolving digital era, the intersection of cultural diplomacy and digital diplomacy has opened up new avenues for promoting cross-cultural collaboration and fostering international relations. Collaborative projects have emerged as powerful tools for foreign service officers to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, promoting cultural understanding and creating lasting connections. Cultural diplomacy, with its focus on arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges, has long been recognized as a crucial component of public diplomacy. However, with the advent of digital technologies and social media platforms, the reach and impact of cultural diplomacy have expanded exponentially. Collaborative projects provide an innovative approach to harnessing this potential. These projects can take various forms, such as virtual exhibitions, online cultural festivals, or even joint artistic productions. By leveraging digital platforms, foreign service officers can facilitate cultural exchanges that transcend geographical boundaries, enabling artists, musicians, and writers from different nations to collaborate and create together. One example of a collaborative project for cultural diplomacy is the creation of virtual art exhibitions. Through online platforms, artists can showcase their works to a global audience, fostering cross-cultural dialogue and appreciation. These virtual exhibitions can be curated collaboratively by artists from different countries, bringing together diverse perspectives and promoting cultural understanding. Another example is the organization of online cultural festivals. These festivals can feature performances, workshops, and discussions, allowing artists and cultural practitioners from various nations to come together virtually. Such platforms provide an opportunity for showcasing traditional arts, music, and dance forms, while also facilitating dialogue and exchange of ideas, thereby strengthening cultural ties between nations. Collaborative projects can also extend to joint artistic productions, where artists from different countries collaborate on creating music, films, or literature. These projects not only foster cultural understanding, but also showcase the shared values and aspirations of nations, promoting a positive image abroad. To effectively engage in collaborative projects for cultural diplomacy, foreign service officers must leverage digital tools and social media platforms. They can actively participate in online conversations, curate virtual exhibitions, and facilitate connections between artists and cultural practitioners. By embracing these digital platforms, diplomats can harness the power of technology to promote cultural understanding and collaboration, ultimately strengthening international relations. In conclusion, collaborative projects for cultural diplomacy provide an exciting opportunity for foreign service officers to navigate the new era of international relations. By leveraging digital diplomacy and engaging with various stakeholders through online platforms, diplomats can promote cultural understanding, shape public opinion, and foster positive bilateral relationships. Through virtual exhibitions, online cultural festivals, and joint artistic productions, collaborative projects allow nations to come together, transcending geographical boundaries and fostering a sense of global unity. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, it is imperative for diplomats to embrace these innovative approaches to cultural diplomacy, harnessing the power of technology to build bridges and promote collaboration between nations. Chapter 9: The Challenges and Future of Digital Diplomacy. Cybersecurity Risks in Digital Diplomacy. In today's interconnected world, digital diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool for foreign service officers to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. It encompasses various aspects, including cultural diplomacy and public diplomacy, and relies heavily on digital technologies and social media platforms. However, as the reliance on digital platforms increases, so does the vulnerability to cybersecurity risks. This subchapter discusses the potential risks, challenges, and strategies to mitigate cybersecurity threats in digital diplomacy. Data breaches are cybersecurity risks in digital diplomacy. The exchange of sensitive information and diplomatic communications through digital channels makes diplomats susceptible to data breaches. Malicious actors may exploit vulnerabilities in networks or gain unauthorized access to confidential information, jeopardizing national security and diplomatic relations. Data breaches are cybersecurity risks in digital diplomacy. The exchange of sensitive information and diplomatic communications through digital channels makes diplomats susceptible to data breaches. Malicious actors may exploit vulnerabilities in networks or gain unauthorized access to confidential information, jeopardizing national security and diplomatic relations. Data breaches are cybersecurity risks in digital diplomacy. The exchange of sensitive information and diplomatic communications through digital channels makes diplomats susceptible to data breaches. Malicious actors may exploit vulnerabilities in networks or gain unauthorized access to confidential information, jeopardizing national security and diplomatic relations. How do we mitigating cybersecurity risks? One way to mitigate cybersecurity risks is through robust training and awareness programs. Foreign service officers should receive comprehensive training on cybersecurity best practices, including recognizing phishing attempts, secure communication protocols, and handling sensitive information. Regular awareness campaigns can help cultivate a cybersecurity conscious culture within diplomatic missions. A second way to mitigate cybersecurity risks is through strong encryption and secure communication channels. Diplomats must adopt strong encryption methods to ensure the confidentiality and integrity of diplomatic communications. Secure channels, such as virtual private networks, should be used to transmit sensitive information. Collaborative information sharing is a third way to mitigate cybersecurity risks. Establishing international collaborations and sharing information on cybersecurity threats and best practices can enhance the collective resilience of diplomatic missions. Partnerships at both regional and global levels can strengthen cybersecurity measures and facilitate coordinated responses to cyber incidents. As digital diplomacy becomes increasingly integral to foreign service officers' work, understanding and mitigating cybersecurity risks is paramount. By recognizing the potential threats and adopting robust cybersecurity measures, diplomats can ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of diplomatic communications. By doing so, they can effectively harness the power of digital platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations while promoting cultural understanding, shaping public opinion, and projecting a positive image of their countries abroad. Overcoming language and cultural barriers in digital diplomacy. In the rapidly evolving landscape of international relations, digital diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool for foreign service officers to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. However, language and cultural barriers can often hinder effective communication and understanding in this realm. This subchapter aims to provide practical strategies and insights for overcoming these obstacles in the context of digital diplomacy. Language barriers pose a significant challenge in digital diplomacy, as messages must be conveyed accurately and clearly across linguistic boundaries. To address this, Foreign Service officers can employ various techniques. Firstly, the use of professional translators and interpreters can ensure accurate translation of official documents, speeches, and social media content. Additionally, investing in language training programs for diplomatic staff can enhance their ability to communicate effectively in multiple languages, thereby facilitating better understanding and engagement. Cultural differences also play a crucial role in digital diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy, with its focus on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration, can serve as a bridge to overcome these differences. By incorporating elements of cultural diplomacy into digital diplomacy efforts, Foreign Service officers can foster mutual respect and appreciation across nations. This can be achieved through the promotion of cultural exchanges such as arts, music, literature, and other cultural initiatives, which can help bridge cultural gaps and foster meaningful connections. In the realm of public diplomacy, it is essential to shape public opinion and promote a positive image of a country abroad. To do so effectively in digital diplomacy, Foreign Service officers must navigate cultural sensitivities and avoid inadvertent misinterpretations. Understanding cultural nuances and local customs becomes paramount in crafting messages that resonate positively with diverse audiences. Collaborating with local influencers and thought leaders can also contribute to building trust and credibility, ensuring that the message is received more authentically. Furthermore, leveraging digital technologies and social media platforms can facilitate language and cultural understanding in digital diplomacy. By utilizing language translation tools, Foreign Service officers can bridge linguistic gaps and ensure that messages are accessible to a wider audience. Social media platforms can also be used strategically to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations, enabling direct and real-time communication. In conclusion, overcoming language and cultural barriers in digital diplomacy is crucial for Foreign Service officers. By investing in language training, incorporating cultural diplomacy initiatives, and leveraging digital technologies, Foreign Service officers can navigate these challenges effectively. By doing so, they can promote understanding, collaboration, and positive image building across nations in the digital era of international relations. The future of international relations in the digital age. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected and technology continues to advance, the future of international relations is set to undergo a significant transformation. In this digital age, the way countries engage with one another is evolving, and new opportunities and challenges are arising. This subchapter explores the future of international relations in the context of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy, a vital component of international relations, plays a crucial role in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. In the digital age, the opportunities for cultural exchanges have expanded exponentially. Through the use of digital technologies, Foreign Service officers now have the ability to engage with citizens, artists, musicians, and writers from around the world, fostering cross-cultural understanding and dialogue. The digital landscape provides a platform for showcasing a nation's cultural heritage, artistic achievements, and creative industries. This enables Foreign Service officers to transcend geographical boundaries and connect with individuals who share similar interests and values, thus strengthening diplomatic ties. Digital diplomacy, with its emphasis on leveraging digital technologies and social media platforms, is revolutionizing the field of international relations. In the future, Foreign Service officers must adapt to this new paradigm by harnessing the power of social media and digital platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. By utilizing these tools effectively, diplomats can engage in real-time conversations, facilitate public diplomacy initiatives, and address global challenges collaboratively. However, the future of digital diplomacy also brings new challenges, such as the need for effective cybersecurity measures and the risk of misinformation campaigns. Foreign service officers must navigate these complexities while utilizing digital diplomacy to advance their country's interests on the global stage. Public diplomacy, focused on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad, is also evolving in the digital age. With the rise of social media and instant communication, public diplomacy efforts can now reach a global audience in real time. Foreign service officers must adapt their strategies to utilize these communication channels effectively, engaging with both traditional and digital media to shape public perception. However, they must also be mindful of the potential for digital platforms to amplify negative narratives and misinformation. Balancing the benefits and challenges of public diplomacy in the digital age will be a key task for foreign service officers in the future. In conclusion, the future of international relations in the digital age holds immense potential for cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Foreign service officers must embrace digital technologies and social media platforms to foster cross-cultural understanding, engage with foreign governments and citizens, and shape public opinion effectively. By adapting to the opportunities and challenges of the digital age, diplomats can navigate this new era of international relations and unleash the full potential of digital diplomacy. Chapter 10: Conclusion and Call to Action. Recap of key concepts. In this book, we explored key concepts of digital diplomacy and mapped out a clear course for navigating the new era of international relations. This recap is specifically tailored for foreign service officers, with a focus on the niches of cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy is a crucial aspect of international relations that focuses on promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. It encompasses a wide range of activities such as arts, music, literature, and other cultural exchanges. By fostering cultural exchanges and dialogues, cultural diplomacy aims to build bridges between nations, promote mutual understanding, and foster peaceful relations. As foreign service officers, it is important to recognize the power of cultural diplomacy and leverage it to strengthen diplomatic ties. Digital diplomacy, on the other hand, deals with the use of digital technologies and social media platforms to engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. It has revolutionized the way diplomacy is conducted, breaking down traditional barriers and providing new opportunities for engagement. Through digital diplomacy, foreign service officers can reach a wider audience, promote their country's interests, and facilitate dialogue on various global issues. However, it is crucial to navigate the challenges posed by digital diplomacy, such as misinformation, cybersecurity, and the digital divide. Public diplomacy focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad through various communication channels and cultural engagements. It involves strategic communication, cultural programs, and engagement with foreign publics to convey a country's values, policies, and interests. Foreign service officers play a vital role in implementing public diplomacy initiatives, as they are the face of their country abroad. By effectively utilizing public diplomacy techniques, foreign service officers can build trust, foster goodwill, and influence public opinion in favor of their country. In conclusion, cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy are interconnected and vital components of modern diplomacy. By understanding and leveraging these concepts, foreign service officers can navigate the new era of international relations effectively. As cultural diplomats, digital strategists, and public diplomats, they have the opportunity to shape narratives, foster collaboration, and promote their country's interests in an increasingly interconnected world. The role of foreign service officers in navigating the new era of international relations. In today's interconnected and rapidly changing world, the role of foreign service officers has never been more crucial. As the world undergoes a digital revolution, foreign service officers must adapt and embrace new tools and strategies to effectively navigate the new era of international relations. This subchapter explores the specific role of Foreign Service officers in three key areas: cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy plays a vital role in promoting cultural understanding and collaboration between nations. Foreign Service officers specializing in cultural diplomacy are at the forefront of fostering cultural exchanges through arts, music, literature, and other cultural activities. Their role is to identify, nurture, and showcase the diverse cultural aspects of their home country, fostering connections and building bridges with foreign nations. By leveraging their knowledge and understanding of different cultures, Foreign Service officers can facilitate meaningful dialogue and promote mutual respect and appreciation. Digital diplomacy has emerged as a powerful tool in modern diplomacy. Foreign Service officers well-versed in digital technologies and social media platforms can effectively engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations for diplomatic purposes. Whether it is promoting their country's policies, countering misinformation, or building relationships, Foreign Service officers in digital diplomacy play a crucial role in shaping the narrative and influencing public opinion. By leveraging online platforms, Foreign Service officers can foster dialogue, build trust, and facilitate diplomacy in a more accessible and inclusive manner. Public diplomacy focuses on shaping public opinion and promoting a positive image of a country abroad. Foreign Service officers in public diplomacy are responsible for representing their country's interests and values in a compelling and persuasive manner. They employ various communication channels, including media engagements, cultural exchanges, and public events, to build bridges and foster understanding between their home country and foreign nations. Foreign Service officers in public diplomacy must have excellent communication skills, cultural sensitivity, and a deep understanding of their country's narrative and foreign policy goals. In conclusion, Foreign Service officers play a critical role in navigating the new era of international relations. Through their expertise in cultural diplomacy, digital diplomacy, and public diplomacy, they facilitate dialogue, foster understanding, and shape public opinion. As the world becomes increasingly connected and digital, Foreign Service officers must adapt to these changes and leverage the opportunities presented by new technologies and communication channels. By doing so, they can effectively represent their country's interests, build relationships, and contribute to a more peaceful and prosperous world. Steps for implementing an effective digital diplomacy strategy. In today's interconnected world, digital diplomacy has emerged as a crucial tool for Foreign Service officers to effectively engage with foreign governments, citizens, and organizations. By utilizing digital technologies and social media platforms, countries can enhance their public diplomacy efforts and build stronger relationships on a global scale. Implementing an effective digital diplomacy strategy requires careful planning and execution. Here are some key steps to consider. 1. Define your objectives. Before diving into digital diplomacy, it is important to clearly define your goals. Are you looking to promote cultural understanding, shape public opinion, or foster international collaborations? Clearly articulating your objectives will help guide your strategy and ensure that your efforts are focused. 2. Understand your target audience. Different segments of the population may engage with digital platforms differently. Identify the key stakeholders you wish to reach and understand their preferences, interests, and online behaviors. This will enable you to tailor your content and engagement strategies accordingly. 3. Develop compelling content. To effectively engage your target audience, it is crucial to create compelling content. This could include informative articles, captivating videos, interactive infographics, or engaging social media posts. Cultivate a diverse range of content that reflects your country's culture, values, and achievements. Additionally, consider collaborating with local artists, musicians, and writers to promote cultural exchanges. 4. Engage through social media. Social media platforms offer unparalleled opportunities for digital diplomacy. Establish a strong presence on platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Regularly share relevant content, engage in conversations, and respond to queries or feedback. Leverage social media analytics to measure the impact of your efforts and refine your strategies accordingly. 5. Collaborate with influencers. Influencers, both local and international, can play a crucial role in amplifying your digital diplomacy efforts. Identify influential individuals in your target countries who align with your objectives and engage them in collaborative projects. This could involve hosting webinars, organizing online campaigns, or featuring them in your content. Their endorsement can significantly boost your reach and credibility. 6. Monitor and evaluate. Regularly monitor the impact of your digital diplomacy efforts. Analyze metrics such as reach, engagement, and sentiment to gauge the effectiveness of your strategy. Use this data to make informed decisions and refine your approach. Additionally, actively listen to feedback from your audience and adapt your content and engagement strategies accordingly. By following these steps, Foreign Service officers can implement an effective digital diplomacy strategy that enhances cultural understanding, shapes public opinion, and promotes a positive image of their country abroad. Embracing the power of digital technologies and social media platforms, diplomats can navigate the new era of international relations and build stronger relationships on a global scale. Thank you for listening to How to Become a Crowd Pleaser Digital Diplomacy Unleashed. Navigating the New Era of International Relations. Complete bibliography available in the ebook or print version of this audiobook, available wherever you purchase books. We invite you to tune into our podcast. Search for our podcast by name SDGS Explained on all major podcast platforms. SDGS Explained is the podcast where we explore 17 global sustainable development goals and examine how people in over 190 countries are working together to make life better on the planet. Join us on our podcast journey by listening in. Check out our latest podcast episodes. Search for us by name SDGS Explained wherever you get your podcasts, such as any of these well-known platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Podcast Index, and Listen Notes. Find the International Sibling Society and SDGS Explained podcast on YouTube. Our channel name is International Sibling Society. Our YouTube handle is issnow.earth. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your social networks. We appreciate you.